All right, and we're recording, and we're going to go over basically how we are going to connect all of the layers together today. We're going to do it live in class. You're going to be responsible for bringing your Philadelphia maps and your Rome maps together. So what I want to show you guys right now is here is the base map that we've used, that we've all been drawing in for Rome. Now, I understand that for many of you, the link for the drawing that I have inserted did not come embedded. And so this will be acting a lot like a broken link when you're looking at it on your screen. That is okay. All right. Now, the Rome drawing is what we would call a single line drawing, which means it shows no widths. It only shows the center line of the cartway or of the road. So we've just included this as the base. This is the free base map. And then I want to show you guys where we're headed, which is the flying spaghetti monster that is this drawing. This is the morning class. Shout out to our AM viewers, all right? So what we've got to do, you guys have all drawn many different layers. So what we need to do is, as we open up a file and we copy that file, we need to carefully bring it in and lay it into the same exact position. Not close, same exact position. So first thing that we want to do is go to the OSnap. And we want to make sure that we have things like endpoint, intersection turned on. I'm actually going to turn off midpoint, and I'm going to turn off extension while I'm doing this, because I only want my snap to intersections or endpoints. As always, nearest is the devil, and we are not going to turn that on. Okay, I'm going to start by doing the example actually with Philadelphia. I have Ms. Quinn's file up from earlier. You can see that she has all of these layers here turned on, and that we are actually, at the moment, she does not have the white layers of the city of Philadelphia. But as I zoom in here, I can identify, if I hover over these and select it, which layer this is on. Now, what we're doing is we're going to look for like the Philadelphia base map layers. We're going to look for something that has been connected to the other layers. Let me just open up another one here. Let's open up Jessica. Oh, nope, let's open up somebody that has version 2010. And this is where we wait for a moment while my computer searches for the server. And we think about the continuous cycles of life and weather and the fact that it's snowing out my window right now in April. Here we go. All right, let's start with Molly Bradley. All right, so here's Molly's drawings that she's put together. A beautiful amount of images here. So we are going to pick an insertion point, a base point that we are going to map off of. We've already set our OSnaps, and I'm going to open up my partner, in this case Molly's layers, and we are going to make sure that the Philadelphia layers are not coming over. So we have, you guys see these layers? These layers are all going to be locked. We're not going to turn them off because we still want them on so we can connect to them, but we are going to lock them. So I'm going to go and click this little lock to make sure that it goes from the unlocked position to the locked position. Okay, and then I can see that all of these layers that Molly has very carefully named them, and so we can see that those are all the layers that we're going to bring in. That's a substantial amount of work there, and we can see that here's one that she locked. She locked elevation change. I'm going to unlock that so we can bring it over. All right, we're going to close that. Now we're going to pick where our base point is going to be. And we don't want to pick something that's like in here in the middle of the drawing, because that's going to get really messy. We're going to pick something either way out here on the corner, like the end of this street or the side of this row house, or we might pick something that's like a little tiny thing right to itself. So I've actually been using this little corner of Interstate 76 as my insertion point. So we're going to use the new tool, copy base, right there, copy base. And actually, if you just start typing CO, you'll actually get it as part of the CO command. So we're going to grab copy base, And first, it's going to ask you to select your base point. So this is why I have my O snap turned on. I'm going to click on this right here, and then I'm going to zoom out. And now it says select object. So I'm going to click, and I'm going to hold. I'm going to move around absolutely everything, and then let go. And it'll tell me how many things I've selected. And it says down here, you can see 591 of those objects are on a locked layer, which means it won't copy those, and that's a good thing. I'm going to do Control-C to copy it to the clipboard. And then I'm going to move over to my base map. And you can see as the map continues to compound, it's going to get more and more complex. And so I'm going to say Control-V, and it's going to say specify insertion point. Now, what you guys can't see right now is that it's trying its best to redraw the entire drawing and show it to me as a preview. So when we start out, you might actually have a preview of that person's information on the screen. So we're going to zoom in to that same exact inception point right there, and we're going to click, and it's going to bring all of Molly's layers in. And now let's go back to layers, and we will look down, and you can see all of the Bradley layers right there. Cool stuff. Let me just show you what it looks like if you sneeze while you're doing it and you do it wrong. Okay, so I'm going to Control-V, and I'm going to click on the wrong insertion point over here. Paste clip. Invalid 2D endpoint. So it just doesn't like it at all. Let's go back. Say copy. I'm going to do another one, which is copy to clipboard. Copy to clipboard. We'll say select the objects, same way. We've selected them. And the problem with copy to clipboard is that when I go over here and I say paste, there it is. You can see the preview right there, but it doesn't have an inception point. So all I can do is kind of eyeball it. And the problem with eyeballing it is then, let's say a bunch of people outline the art museum. So I've got 15 different versions of the art museum, which is the right one. So you really want to insert with a base point. And if you connect to the wrong thing, then we have an inaccurate drawing. The objective is basically to peel off the layers from your drawing, move them over, and put them down in a new drawing. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. Delete that. So what your objective is, all right? First things first, you all have the clean base map. So first thing that you want to do is open that clean Rome base map. And you can do it along right with me right now. So let me see, now I've got these Philly base maps here. Let's download Abby's. And I'm going to open up my clean Philadelphia base map. And we're going to do this again. And I'm going to repeat this just so that you guys can get practice kind of seeing how we do it. The longest part is trying to save something on my computer. So we just wait for a moment. Wait for it. There we go. All right, we're going to make a new folder on my desktop. .20 p.m. Save. There we go. So here we've got Abby's file. Very nice, nice, nice. All right, and then I'm gonna go see Abby's, all right, we're gonna do, Brandon is right here. So we're gonna do a little download of Brandon's file. We're gonna peel Brandon's layers off and we're gonna put them onto Abby's map, all right, using copy base. Just gonna wait for a moment. Cue elevator music. This is where you guys get to roll your eyes. There we go. Brandon's downloading, downloaded. There we go. Brandon's files. So remember, all right, you guys remember what we do now? First things first, snap. Make sure we've got endpoint, center, intersection, turned off extension, everything else. That's good. Layer properties, click it. Check out the Philadelphia layers. Let's highlight those Philly layers. All right, so let's see. Philadelphia Brandon buildings. I like those, but we don't want to bring those over twice because AutoCAD will draw them twice on top of each other. We don't need that. And I'm also going to turn off, I'm going to lock layer 0. This way we're interested in only the Brandon layers. So we have parking, Brandon water, Brandon terrain, site natural, man-made, Brandon layer 1. We've got all of those on here. Okay, we're going to copy with the base point. I'm going to go back down to my favorite little spot right there on the Schuylkill Expressway. Click and hold, grab all of those pieces. Control V gives me all, oh, sorry, Control C. Copy, base, set the base point. Come on, Andrew, you can do this. You've got an audience. Select the objects, copy to the base, go over to Abby Lewis's drawings, Control V, and there it is. You can see Brandon's layers right there. We're going to zoom into our little spot on Interstate 76 and hit click. Big moment. Check it out on the layer groups here. Bam, Abby and Brandon. Now we have the Almonte Lewis supergroup. Boom. We're going to save that file. Before we do anything, we don't want to save over Abby's file. We want to save this as a new file. So we want to make sure that Abby keeps the backup of her file, and we want to make sure that Brandon keeps the backup of his file. So we're going to say save as, and we're going to leave it as today's date, right? And then we're going to do it as the Lewis Almonte combo pack, right? Super drawing right there. Save it in version 2010 right there. Gonna hit save, and then we're gonna load that back up into the Dropbox so that the next group can combine those two. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine these two, combine these two, combine those two. We're gonna move our way through the groups to make this happen. Slowly, slowly, these will get more and more and more complex until we have our flying spaghetti monster in about a half an hour's time. Okay, that's where we're at. I'm gonna stop the recording now. Not the video. Stop the recording.